It's November 27th, 2022. The Phoenix Suns are currently in the midst of their longest winning streak in NBA history, having won 15 straight entering the game against Brooklyn, and the vibes are at an all-time high. What those fans don't know, yes, that poor kid included, is this team is about to change forever. Because in the span of just 2 years, the Suns would go from the feel-good team of the NBA, built around chemistry, ball movement, defensive identity, and team unity, to a team built around ego, selfishness, and a one-dimensional style of play. That dimension being, how many points can we score every single night?
I mean, saying it respectfully, I don't know how teams are going to guard us.
Yeah, I don't know how teams are going to guard you guys either. Maybe they just throw double teams at you guys and force you into turnovers, or even better, they can just simply score every single time they want to. Because right now, the Phoenix Suns have the 27th ranked defense in the NBA. And when I say ego, it's things like this. We can still make a run. Obviously, we've got to be healthy, get healthy, be available. The playoffs, anything can happen, but we're a talented team and believe in what we can do. Do you know what Bradley Beal did in the game following this quote? He made 0 field goals. I am being so serious. He made 0 field goals, scoring 1 point in a must-win game against one of the best teams in the league. And unsurprisingly, the Suns lost yet another game. But the ego, the contempt, and the complacency goes beyond just Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. This is a team and a franchise that has put themselves on a pedestal that they don't belong on, including the owner of this team.
Oh, it's extremely fixable. I mean, let's just be real, although this isn't a cool narrative and the national media really won't want to play it out there, but like, ask the other 29 GMs. 26 of them would trade their whole team for our whole team and our draft picks and everything as is. Like, the house is not on fire. We're in great position.
Oh, no, he's right. The house isn't on fire. It has burnt. It is smithereens. It was burning after the sweep against Minnesota, and after this season, it has burnt to a crisp. And when you have an owner and 3-star players, again, Bradley Beal is paid like a star and thinks he's a star, but he is far from it. But when you have this, there is a disconnect between reality. This is a team that is below average. This is a team that has flaws on offense, and don't even get me started on what they do on defense. But when you have the egos that these guys have, it's always someone else's fault.
Phoenix Suns fired head coach Frank Vogel Thursday, 11 days after Phoenix was swept out of the postseason's first round by the Timberwolves.
Yes, after winning 49 games last year and being swept by the Minnesota Timberwolves in embarrassing fashion, obviously someone had to be blamed, because after all, this was a Suns team that was expected to compete for a championship. Oh, have you forgotten? Let's not forget Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. The expectations were high, and Frank Vogel was the first to fall victim to those high expectations. And now looking back on that, he was a miracle worker, because not only did they win nearly 50 games despite numerous injuries to Beal and Booker, but they had an above-average defense with Yusuf Nurkic as their starting center. And we can talk about Bradley Beal recording 0 field goals in a game against Boston, or Kevin Durant dismissing Mike Budenholzer on several occasions, but everything wrong with Phoenix this season revolves around their defense. I mean, you simply cannot be a good team if you are the 27th ranked defense in the NBA, evidenced by the fact the 3 teams below them are the Utah Jazz, the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Washington Wizards. And their loss against Houston just over a week ago was probably the most embarrassing performance of the year, which is saying something. With the Suns fighting for a spot in the play-in alongside the Kings and Mavericks, Phoenix were at home to a Houston team that have been phenomenal all year, but a young Houston team in Phoenix. And when I say Phoenix got embarrassed, how about giving up 78 points in the first half? How about a 30-point lead in the first half and a 40-point loss, giving up nearly 150 for the game? This is a Houston team that has been amazing, but they're not exactly known for being the best offense in the NBA. And not only were Phoenix not forcing turnovers, they were throwing turnovers themselves, and they were getting dominated on the offensive glass. All signs of effort and engagement. And the Suns, like always, fail when it comes to putting in effort and staying engaged throughout a game and throughout an 82-game season. Just take this play for example, where Şengün gets the ball in the post. Gillespie goes to help over, leaving Van Vliet wide open. But that's not the worst part. Pause here. 3 Suns defenders, 1 Houston Rocket. Not a single player puts a body on Amen Thompson, and it's the easiest offensive board of his life. Oh, wait. I said it was the easiest offensive board of his life? Well, how about after getting the rebounds, finding Brooks before then getting another 2 offensive boards and eventually putting in the putback? Or how about here where the Rockets just stroll up the floor, Amen gives it up to Brooks, gets it back, and with both Dunn and Richards guarding Thompson within inches of each other, he just drops the pass over the top to Adams for the easy dunk. Minimal effort, minimal communication, minimal game planning, just a total disaster on the defensive end of the floor, night in and night out. But it's not just the defense. That is the main part. But what makes this team even more pathetic is not only are they a train wreck on defense, but they aren't even that good on offense. A team built around 3 guys who are self-proclaimed unguardable scorers, and honestly, they have all been great scorers at their best, and 2 of them still are, but the problem is, none of these guys are capable of running an offense consistently. All 3 can play make, all 3 could even get you a rare triple-double, but to actually run the offense, to consistently draw double teams and find open shooters, or find their big rolling who can then make the extra pass or get straight to the rim, to consistently make plays like that you see from the Steph Currys, the Luka Doncic's, the Nikola Jokic's of the world. They can't do that, and despite Kevin Durant's fans telling you if he touched the ball as much as those guys, he would average a triple-double, he has always been prone to turnovers against physical defense. He's always made poor passes, and the same can unfortunately be said for the other 2 guys. And you know who actually could have helped this team in a multitude of ways on both ends of the floor with a beautiful blend of playmaking and defense? Jimmy Butler. The guy who wanted to go to Phoenix. And this almost feels cruel. I'm sorry, Phoenix fans. It's nothing personal, but the Bradley Beal knock-on effect has been catastrophic. Not just tanking their season, but preventing them from being able to trade for a guy who could have saved their season like he has done in Golden State. And if you wonder what Bradley Beal thinks about all of this, I'm still playing in the NBA. I still have the best job in the world, and I still have my no trade clause. So I'm smiling every day. This is an evil man. Okay, not actually evil, but in the context of destroying an NBA franchise with an albatross of a contract, consistent injury problems, lackadaisical effort on defense, and sometimes on offense, plus clearly a level of comfort with the Suns losing that can't be good for a team environment, this team cannot go anywhere forward without moving Bradley Beal. And the problem is, no team wants Bradley Beal, and he doesn't care to move either. So despite what Matt Ishbia thinks, this is not a team who 26 general managers want to trade. It's not a team who coaches will be lining up to coach, because it's only a matter of time before the second coach in 2 years is fired, and who knows where Kevin Durant and Devin Booker will be this time next season. Unfortunately, the Phoenix Suns are an absolute disaster, and the most pathetic team in the NBA.